Welcome to our video series introducing you to Microsoft PowerPoint. In this video, we'll take a quick tour of the software. In this video set, you're going to receive a crash course in Microsoft PowerPoint. And as I record this, the latest version of PowerPoint is 2007. However, in my experience with Microsoft Office, which of course includes Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, Publisher, and others, I find there often isn't a huge amount of difference between versions. Often, the major differences are cosmetic, really just the appearance of the software. But often there aren't major changes, and once you're familiar with one version, you're generally going to be able to use other, newer versions without any problems. And with that in mind, I'm really going to focus on doing the demonstrations here in PowerPoint 2000. I have PowerPoint 2000 opened up here, and it's prompting me for a decision in the first instance, but we'll come back to that. And also, where appropriate, I'll touch on PowerPoint 2003. Here's PowerPoint 2003. It may look quite different, but actually the functionality is very similar. It's looking different because the workspace is a lot more cluttered in the first instance here. As you'll see, there are slight cosmetic differences. The menu is blue, for example, where here it's gray, but the differences really aren't huge at all. So I'll be mostly using PowerPoint 2000, but where appropriate, I'll also be doing demonstrations in PowerPoint 2003. And the goal of this video set is really to give you a crash course into PowerPoint. These videos will assume no prior knowledge, or very little prior knowledge. It may be prior knowledge of Office and Windows, but I'll assume you're new to the PowerPoint concept. I'm going to try to make you productive with PowerPoint as quickly as possible. Okay, so here is PowerPoint 2000. And we're presented with options when opening up the software. Create a new presentation using the wizard, the design template, or a blank presentation. Let's just take a look at these options, but mostly we'll be focusing on the blank presentation. Or you can open an existing presentation, and PowerPoint documents are called presentations, whereas with Word is a document, of course, and Excel is a spreadsheet and Access is a database. PowerPoint is really a slideshow, a presentation. That's what it's really designed for slideshow presentations. Okay, if we take a quick look at Auto Content Wizard, just out of interest, and using this wizard is a good way to start becoming familiar with what PowerPoint does. So Auto Content Wizard, and here's the plan for this wizard. Start, presentation type, presentation style, presentations options, and finish. Okay, the Auto Content Wizard gets you started by providing ideas and an organization for your presentation. Let's go next. Okay, different types of presentation. You can list all, general presentation, generic, recommending a strategy, communicating bad news, training, brainstorming and certificate, corporate, business plan, financial overview, company meeting, and so on. Project, overview, reporting progress or status. Sales and marketing, selling a product or service, marketing plan, product services overview. Carnegie Coach, selling your ideas, motivating a team, facilitating a meeting, and so on. Let's go with corporate, and let's go with company meeting. So next, what type of output will we use? On-screen presentation, web presentation, black and white overheads, color overheads, or 35mm slides. Let's keep it simple and stick with on-screen presentation. Presentation title. Okay, it really doesn't matter. In this example, let's just say Company Meeting Example. Items to include on each slide. Do we want to fit a footer on each slide? And note that that is at the bottom. Let's not bother with that. Date last updated? No. Slide number? Let's keep that. Next, Auto Content Wizard. Those are all the answers the wizard needs to create your presentation. Choose Finish to view the document. Sounds easy, so let's finish. And it's created an outline of the presentation, and you can see how it structures it. Each of these is a slide, a numbered slide, and then it's filled in much of the content, so it makes that part easy for you. Slide 1 is really the front page of the presentation. Company Meeting Example by John Smith. Click on Agenda, and slide number 2, Agenda, opens. And it's auto-designed it for us. And you can click here and add some text. For example, item 1, whatever it may be. Press Enter, then item 2, item 3, and so on. And okay, you can see that the content changes appear here in, you could say, the overview. We could call this the structural overview of the presentation, or whatever we want to call the overview of your presentation that appears here. Okay, slide number 3, Review of Key Objectives and Critical Success Factors. And okay, with this wizard, Microsoft has tried to make this easy by filling in some things here, but we can change this quite easily by selecting the text and just writing over it. I won't go through all this now, but you can see how it comes together. And if you're doing a presentation on your computer, you could do a view slideshow, and it goes full screen. So the presentation is showing full screen on the computer. And if we move the mouse, it comes back. But after a while, it should disappear again. And if you click the mouse, it should take us to slide number 2. And it does. And if we keep clicking the mouse, each item on the agenda should appear. You see, that's how the presentation structure works. Each item at the top level in the structure is the slide, and then at a lower level, there's each item on the slide, so when you click, they appear in turn. When you're doing a presentation, of course, you generally don't want all the information on that slide to appear all at once. It's overwhelming to people. So you want each item to appear one by one, and you can talk through them at a leisurely pace so that the people listening can absorb what you're saying. So click again, item 3, and click again, and we go to the next slide, Review of Key Objectives and Critical Success Factors. So click, click, and you can see how that works, and we don't need to go through the entire slideshow now. Let's just go to slide number 4. How did we do? Okay, a brief overview, etc., etc. And on to slide number 5. To get out of this, just press Escape. And okay, we're back to the editing screen. So that's a very quick introduction to PowerPoint, what we'll be talking through in these videos, and how you can start becoming familiar with it by using the Presentation Creation Wizard.